Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. If you like my channel, if you enjoy my content, please subscribe. It will really help me. I would love to grow this channel, and I've got a lot of interesting and uplifting and motivational and educational content that I'm planning on doing. So please subscribe and like my channel, okay? It will really help me. So guys, what are we going to talk about today? Today I decided to make a video on why girls are attracted to bad boys. Okay, and in this video I'm going to give you 5 reasons on why women or girls are attracted to bad boys. Okay, so let's. Well guys, first of all, right, attraction is a very complicated thing, right? So scientists supposedly still can't figure out all the different factors and that go into attraction and why, we are attracted to one person in comparison to another, right? So obviously, I'm not a scientist, right? So I won't be able to give you the correct answer, right? But I can give you, I guess, an answer that comes from personal experience, right? As I as I have been in these situations a lot, right? And to this day, I'm still, I find myself attracted to bad boys. Anyways, and so this is, to be honest with you guys, of course I can't speak for every girl, right? Because I'm not in their head, so I don't know what can possibly be going on in another person's head, right? But I can speak from a personal experience in this video, okay? And hopefully this will help some of you ladies out there, to understand why you're attracted to bad guys, and to hopefully steer you in a better direction, in a direction that's better for you, for your life, for your health, right? And for your well-being, right? Because honestly, that attraction, it's a very complicated thing, like I said, right? And a lot of factors go into it. But it's not, at the end of the day, it's not the right attraction for you, and it's not gonna lead to a good outcome, I believe, okay? Because I have been in situations like this, right, where I was drawn to the bad boy, and we ended up in a relationship together, right? And it never, ever, ever worked out. I would say that there was a lot of suffering involved, okay? And, one other thing that I will mention, right, is that if you are going into a relationship, right, and if you've met this person for the first time, right, and if your intuition is against it, right, and if you're going into that relationship, or that if you're starting a relationship on a, for example, maybe you want to like heal him or help him, right? Maybe you're a very intuitive person, right? So maybe you want to heal him, or you feel bad for him somehow, right? Maybe you're an empath and you feel his pain, right? And you want to come into the relationship, right? You want to get into the relationship with him, and you want to like heal him, right? That's not, it's not going to be an equal relationship. It's not going to be a relationship that's going to be really beneficial for you in any way, right? So I would really steer clear, right? And also if you're constantly pushing and pulling away from that person, maybe you got into a relationship with him, or maybe you guys started dating, right? It's not a relationship yet. Maybe if you find yourself like ignoring him, or maybe just like pulling away all the time, or maybe maybe you keep on kind of calling it off, right? maybe you cancel dates and so on, right? But then take note of that, okay? That's usually a sign that the person is not the right match for you, right? And your intuition is really clear on that, right? So usually there's a war going on, right, within you in those moments, and it's because your intuition is telling you, no, this person is not for you, right? Or your heart, right? And your mind is trying to rationalize you into that relationship, right? Or maybe, you know, maybe I can help this person somehow, right? Or maybe, you know, because I'm I don't know, maybe because I'm lonely or something and I haven't been in a relationship for a long time, right? Maybe, you know, maybe this person is okay for now, right? Or maybe I will, I don't know, maybe things will get better, right? Maybe if I get to know this person, then he will he will really be a good person, right? So there are so many reasons on why on how we can rationalize ourselves into a bad relationship, right? So if you find yourself trying to come up with all kinds of different ways into like going into that relationship, right? If you're rationalizing yourself into a relationship, then it's a sign that you really should not proceed any farther, and you should just cut it off. Okay, I've been 2 times out of 3, right? I've been in 3 serious relationships, and 2 out of 3, right, were not good. We're very toxic, right? And so each and every time, right, with the first one and the third one, I rationalized myself into those relationships. In fact, I actually, once we started dating with both of them, right, I broke it off, right, and I just kind of like disappeared for 1 week, 2 weeks, right? But then they would like come back to me, right? They would ask me out, and maybe I was lonely, right, at the time or something like that. Then I would once again rationalize myself into going on a date with them, right? And that's when I fell into that trap. Okay, so yeah, always listen to your heart. Always listen to your initial intuition, okay? Your initial feelings about a person, they're never wrong, okay? Anyways, guys, so I'm going to talk to you about the attraction, right? So let's get back to attraction. Attraction is a really complicated thing, right? And it involves a lot of different factors, right? Some of those factors might be, and I might, oh my God, I'm like standing on my knees right now. This is so uncomfortable. So some of those factors might be, you know, like for example, the person's smell, right? Pheromones, right? Why do we why do we get attracted to someone just through their smell? Because it's a signal from your body, right? From to your body, right? That this person's genes are compatible. They're very different to yours, okay? So if you guys are going to have babies, right? Then your kids are more likely to survive and to be strong and fit, right? And so the more different your genes are, the better match that you guys make, okay? And so hence the pheromones, right? The pheromones, you know, are our body's chemicals that are released, right? For example, you know, well, at pretty much any time, right? But they are a signal, right, to you. So if you like someone's smell, it's a signal to you that you know, you guys might be a good match, okay? And you have very different genes. Anyway, so that's also the reason why, like, for example, I cannot, if you have a brother or sister, okay, you guys are probably going to hate each other's smell, okay? I know that when I was working out, like, with my brother, right, I couldn't smell, I couldn't, like, stand his smell. It was so disgusting. Ugh. Like, honestly, it was so disgusting. I like, there was like nothing worse than my brother's smell, to be honest with you. I would probably rather like smell poop all day. So yeah, and that's the reason being, right, is because our genes are the same, right? He's my brother, or very, very similar, right? And so our smell, our body, our bodies are, or at least my body is telling me to stay far away from your brother. Anyways, so yes, so pheromones are just one example, right, of this factor that I'm talking about. Another factor, of course, is your energy, right? And your energy is a combination of everything, right? It's a combination of your past experiences, your current thoughts, your life perspective, right? And yeah, so unconsciously, right, people pick up on this energy, okay, and that's how we are often attracted to one another too, okay. So and I will give you an example of this, right? Have you ever been like really, really attracted to someone, right? And then when you guys when you've met, right, and when you actually started talking, you realized that you guys had a lot in common, right? Like maybe both of you were like professional athletes or something, right? Or maybe both of you did similar things in school, right? Maybe you guys have the same majors. Maybe you guys think the same way about, the world, right? Maybe you've got like a very similar outlook on life, right? And so, yeah, there you go. This is energy, okay? This is energy in motion. You guys were able to pick up on that same energy unconsciously, okay? And so hence you were attracted to one another, okay? So this is another factor that goes into attraction. It's not just the physical looks, right? The physical looks is just like ow, my legs, oh my god, okay. The physical looks is just one it's just one factor, right? It is honestly, it is not too important, okay? It's not as important as people think. Yes, of course, the physical attracts too, right? Of course, obviously. But if those other factors are not there and the person is merely physically attractive, it's not gonna do anything for you, right? And so yeah. And also, guys, if you're into like one night stands, right? If you're into that sort of thing, right? If you sleep with someone like that who is merely physically attractive, the results are often not going to be good, okay? You're probably not going to feel good at all. In fact, you might get depressed, or you might feel used, and so on, okay? Because that energetic exchange is not going to be even. It's not going to be complementary. In most cases, it's going to be the opposite, right? So yeah, that's just one thing to consider, right, too. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, right, physical attraction is just one part, right? And it really, it's not too big. You guys, when I was in the modeling industry, right, do you know how many male models that I've met that were like tall, right? They were fit, they were muscular, right? They were beautiful looking, but they did nothing for me. When I looked at them, they did nothing. And that could be why, right? The energy, the pheromones, right? And just a combination of other factors, right? So in this video, right, guys, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to give you five reasons on why girls are attracted to bad boys. Okay, so let's get into them now. Okay, I'm finally sitting down, so hopefully this will be a little bit easier than standing on my knees and doing this video. Anyway, so okay, so point number one, guys, right? Point number one is we unfortunately get this, and this isn't conscious, right? When the bad boy treats the girl poorly, right? Because she she is so used to that treatment in her past, right, as a child. Um, she gets attracted to that person because they remind her of her childhood wounds, right? They remind her of the way that her parents treated her, okay? And so she gets attracted because she wants to finally be able to, and of course, all of this is unconscious, right? So she wants to finally be able to, you know, oh my goodness, hold on. Whoa. Okay, sorry. So she wants to finally be able to, win that person's love, just like she never was able to win the love of her parents, right? So by going into that relationship, of course, unconsciously, right, she thinks that maybe, if I win his love, right, then he will love me. Then he will finally love me like my parents never did. Okay, so it's that's one of the reasons, right? Another reason, right, guys, is she has low self-esteem still, right? She doesn't think that she deserves to be treated better. So when he treats her like nothing, like she's trash, right? Um, she um, she doesn't see a problem there because she was used to being treated this way as a kid too, right? So her obviously her self-esteem got affected, right? And so if she hasn't healed, right, then that's all that she thinks that she deserves, right? So she's going to put up with that maltreatment because her self-esteem is low and she doesn't think she deserves any better. So all of you good guys out there, okay, um, don't take this personally, okay? It's often not personal, right? Don't. I know a lot of like good guys, right? They say, oh, this girl, she's attracted to this girl that I like. She's attracted to bad boys all the time, right? And they treat her like garbage. That's why, okay? It's really an unhealthy cycle that girls get trapped in. Going from one abusive relationship to another, right? And like I said, there are so many factors involved, right? And it's really complex, right? Often it is because of the main reason I would say is the childhood trauma and the low self-esteem. Yeah, those are like really big. And so yeah, it doesn't matter what she looks like, right? The physical has nothing to do with her attraction to someone that's toxic or bad for her. Yeah. So anyway, so the third one, right? Let's talk about the third one. She feels like he's real, right? And he's not putting on a nice guy act, okay? So, you know, in the beginning, right, I guess we all put our best foot forward, right? We don't, we want another person to like us, right? But so in a way, many of us kind of like act, right? We're on our best behavior, right? And of course, later on down the road, you will, eventually see who the real person is, right? Because they will be more relaxed, more themselves. And I guess in a way that's natural, right? It's natural. But because this guy, right, he's like, he takes off his mask, nice guy mask off almost immediately, right? And he is maybe a little douchey, right? He doesn't behave that well. He doesn't care too much about pleasing the girl, right? He maybe he's a little bit rude, right? She feels like she's getting the real him, she feels like he's real, he doesn't have a mask. And so she thinks, okay, well, this guy, he seems real, right? And yeah, he might be a little douchey, right? But, I've seen his good side too, right? So, okay, so, and I'm getting that, right off the bat, right? So that means that, I at least I know what to expect. right? And he's not just pretending to be a nice guy just to hook me, right? Just to get me. Anyway, so yeah, that's another reason. Okay. Um, so yeah, okay, so reason number four, right? I already kind of explained it, I guess. So I'm not really going to go into it, right? There's the physical attraction, right? Obviously, physical attraction is important, right? It has to be there. And then there's the chemical one, the pheromones, right? And the energetic connection, right? So a combination of all of this will be the reason why you're attracted to someone, right? And also, another reason, right, is he. Oh my gosh! Well, I just made up six points. Anyway, so I will give you 6 points. Okay, it's just one just came to me. Okay, another reason why he might be attracted to you might be attracted to. I mean, she might be attracted to the bad boy is because he looks familiar to her. Okay, so he reminds her of her past love. Okay, so if the guy is very similar to your first love, right? And supposedly attraction plays. It relates to like familiarity, right? So if someone is similar to someone that you knew from the past, right, especially someone that maybe you really loved, right, your first love, then it's going to you're going to be attracted to that person. Okay, so yeah, it could also have to do with the way your father looks. I know a lot of girls are attracted to and of course your very first relationship, right, love relationship was, even though it wasn't romantic, right, it was your father, right, or your mom, right, if you're a guy. And so yeah, we often look for someone that's physically similar, or actually very different too. That can be the case too. So anyway, so, and last but not least, he's a challenge, okay? And you guys, believe it or not, a person who is a challenge, right? They activate this urge for us to win, right? Like, it's the chase, right? Like, it's the thrill of the chase. And believe it or not, it's also very relevant with girls too. Girls also enjoy the chase, not just guys, right? I know, I love it. Mm, I don't know what it is, really, but it is kind of like exciting, right? Like, in a way, right? But at the same time, you know, it is not, a human being shouldn't be treated as a prize to be won, right? We're not objects. And so, yeah, I understand the chase. And perhaps it has more to do with our animalistic lower nature, right? And so I do not think that, um, playing hard to get or manipulating someone, right, or pretending is really the right way to go about anything. It's what a narcissist would do, right? A disordered individual. But I don't think it's what a healthy and a mature adult would do. They won't play any games. They will be honest from the start. There won't be any like pushing or pulling, right? And if you see that that's what's happening, right, then just steer clear, keep away from that person because they're not going to be good for you in the long run. Yes, they might be the bad boy might activate that, like, pursue him, right, win at all costs. It might like activate the huntress in that girl, right? But it's not going to you know, it's not going to benefit her in the long run. Okay, anyway, so yeah guys, so these are the reasons, right? I gave you 6 reasons, not 5 reasons why girls are attracted to bad boys, right? So guys, if you are a good guy, okay, just keep being yourself. Keep being a good guy, okay? Good guys are amazing, you know, stable, emotionally mature. Guys are amazing. You guys don't need to play any games, okay, to win the right girl over. Keyword is the right girl, right? Games are for immature people. They're for, you know, people that are unhealed, people with disorders, right? People that don't believe that they are good enough, right? So usually people with low self-esteem. So if you notice those games, then steer clear, okay? Whether you're a guy or a girl, right? Guys, good guys, right? Just keep being yourself. You don't need to play any games. You don't need to buy any courses, okay? You just need to find the right girl that you are compatible with on every way, right? Like in every way, I mean, sorry. So, you know, be it chemically, right, or hormonally, physically, energetically, right? So all of those things, they have to combine in order for you to really connect with the girl, okay? And I believe, you know, once you find that connection, which is kind of rare, guys, okay? You just have to be patient. Be patient, you know, it will come to you. At the right time when you least expect it. I know it sounds really cliche, right? But really, it will. You know, we don't always connect to everyone, and that's okay, right? But when we do, it makes it so much more special, right? So anyway, so there you go, guys. I gave you, I gave you the 6 reasons on why us girls, you know, are attracted to bad boys, and why that attraction is not good for us. Really, it's not. It's trust me, guys. I had to do a lot of inner work in order to not fall into that cycle again. You know, I've been like single and celibate for 5 years, and I just kind of made a promise to myself that, you know, I will not fall into those games again. I will not. You know, I will not fall into that cycle of abuse with a bad boy, you know, because like I said, those relationships were terrible for me, for my soul, for my essence. They were draining, and of course I learned a lot from them, you know, but they weren't good for me at the end of the day. So a mature girl, you know, a girl that has done a lot of healing, right? She will understand all of this, and she will not fall into that cycle of abuse again with another bad boy. You know, she's gonna go for the good boy. You know, she's gonna go for the guy that treats her well. You know, and so yeah. Anyways, have a good one, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. All right. Mwah.